So here it is. You all have been super patient, but this was not easy to watch over and over again. My deposition for the Christopher Bailey case. Couple things. I have edited this video for your sanity. It is long and can be very boring, so I have put in video instead of responses and audio clips to answer some of the other questions, and best of all, for time, and I fast forward all her super dumb questions. Enjoy! One more thing. I had never done a deposition before. I looked up all I could about it, and what to expect. What was the point? I concluded that what the deposition is for is to see how I would be as a witness in the courtroom. The lawyer for the sheriff will basically do all she can to discredit me, downplay what I know, saw, and can repeat to a jury. Since I was depositioned by the sheriff, I understood to make my answers short, to the point. Be as professional as possible. Don't come off angry or hateful, because that could help them in so many ways. Just wanted to explain that since I've been listening to myself sound robotic, but for good reason.
Marks the beginning of the video recording in the deposition of the case of Christopher Bailey versus County of Los Angeles. We are back on the record, and the time is 2:09 p.m.
Why is it that you spend so much time listening to police scanners? Why do you do it?
My interest in police accountability.
What do you mean by that, police accountability?
Keeping law enforcement accountable for their actions with the public, to see what their interactions are.
Where does that interest come from?
Call your supervisor. I think it's ridiculous that you're having me back up this far.
Well, I got two people I gotta deal with.
Then deal with them.
Well, back up.
I prefer not to go any further where I can't see or hear what's going on. I can't keep you accountable if I can't fucking see you.
Back up.
I said call your supervisor.
I don't need you to keep me accountable for nothing. Back up.
Oh, you don't?
No.
I think you do.
No, I don't.
That's my job as a citizen.
I don't need you to keep me accountable for nothing.
Well, that's nice. Seeing videos and meeting somebody that did police accountability on a one-on-one basis, and I joined him in his endeavors, and I became interested based on my lack of knowledge of my own rights, so I wanted to be more knowledgeable.
Are you referring to Daniel Solomon?
Correct.
When did you two meet?
We met 2016.
And are you two close friends?
Are you taking a picture of a license plate or something?
He was taking pictures. I was trying to see what he was taking a picture of.
Yeah, but you're all up in the crime scene.
I don't give a
You're interfering, Laura.
Yeah, Laura.
Not according to me.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
We don't roll like that.
Oh, right, because you get, okay.
Laura, there's rules. There's rules to this game. You can't just roll up on the crime scene.
I've seen her. She does. She trains LAPD.
Friends, yes.
How did you meet?
We ran into each other, and I had recently seen a video of his on YouTube, and I told him I thought I recognized him, and he confirmed that was him, and it evolved from there.
Where did you run into him?
At a store. I can't remember which one, but...
What about Daniel's videos? Do they have a specific focus? Focused on arrests or other kinds of interactions?
They vary. Not everybody is always arrested. They vary.
Okay. Can you describe some of the videos that you've seen of Daniel? Well, describe some that you remember. I'm asking what sorts of things these videos capture. You're sort of referring vaguely to interactions. If you could be more specific, what do you mean? Approximately how many videos of this nature have you posted on YouTube? When did you start posting videos of this nature on YouTube?
2016.
So you described your relationship with Daniel Solomon as close friends, is that right?
Correct.
How often do you see each other? And when you saw each other, was it always for this sort of purpose, listening to a scanner and driving to police scenes?
Correct.
When you drove to police scenes, was it in your car or his car, typically, at the time?
My car.
On the night of the incident, do you recall what you heard on the police scanner?
Involved in a fight. 32 involved in a fight on Prairie, West Cross on Prairie. Prairie, just north of Century. Signature Coon 3 as well as the Salmon at Prairie, north of Century, Deputy Multi. 31 is going 1097 now. 31 35 Adam, let's go next. Hey, deputies are still actively involved in the fight. Deputies are still actively involved in a fight. Putting cuffs on the deputies are putting cuffs on the DP now. 37-1097. Is fire to stage or are they clear to roll in? Hey, fire is clear to roll in. We have sufficient units on scene. You can go ahead and drop the dash.
Do you recall approximately what time you heard this radio traffic on the police scanner? And what did you do after you heard this radio traffic on the police scanner? And what did you expect to see when you got there? You didn't have any expectations based on what you heard from the radio traffic? How long did it take you to get to the scene? Where were you when you arrived on scene? Where was that in proximity to Mr. Bailey and the deputies? So you were in one set of lanes, and the plaintiff and the deputies were in another set of lanes. Is that right?
I was on the sidewalk.
Was that across from a median?
Correct.
Clear. There's 4 sets of lanes with a median in between 2 double sets of lanes.
Correct.
The plaintiff, let's just, I don't know if it was north or south, but let's say is on the right. You're on the left, but you're on the curb.
I'm on the sidewalk, correct.
Okay, so in between you, the deputies, and plaintiff is a median and 2 or 3 lanes. What did you observe when you first arrived on scene?
Oh.
She just came and got a can.
Shakala.
Leave him alone! You stay over there.
What else did you observe?
Just trying to hide what you just did. How you doing, deputy? I'm doing great. How are you? Good to see you. Same here. I heard what he said. He said, I want to live. Apparently, that's not what you guys had on the agenda, you bunch of cowards.
What else did you observe, other than certain deputies kneeling and other deputies coming towards you?
What are you going to do with that tape? I'm going to secure the crime scene.
It's not a crime scene yet.
Who committed the crime? Who committed the crime? Let's go that way then. Let's go that way.
Was the plaintiff on the ground when you arrived on scene?
I believe so, yes.
Was he handcuffed when you arrived at the scene?
I believe so, yes.
But you didn't see him stand or move or get up, did you?
No, I did not.
Did you see any altercation between the deputies or the plaintiff when you arrived?
I did not.
Shortly after you arrived, paramedics arrived, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Approximately how much time do you think passed between when you arrived and when the ambulance arrived? Behind this median for the duration of your presence on the scene?
No, I was moved. I'm sorry. I was moved.
And where were you moved to?
We were told to leave where we were on the curb, and at that point I noticed, that they had taped off all 4 lanes, so there was no traffic going either way, and I was able to stand at the median in the middle of, so like I had 2 lanes, myself on the median and the 2 lanes, and I was able to see very clearly and directly the incident and where they were.
You mean where plaintiff and the deputies were? Is that right?
Correct.
And were you filming from the moment you arrived on the scene?
Correct.
What did you see when you moved closer to the scene? What did you observe?
I saw the plaintiff on the ground. I saw multiple deputies at this point. At the point of which I was able to move to the median, multiple deputies were surrounding him as paramedics arrived, and the stretcher was brought over and they sat him up.
So at this time, plaintiff was still on the ground, is that right?
Correct.
And was he handcuffed?
Correct.
So you arrived at the scene after the altercation between the deputies and the plaintiff, correct?
Correct.
So you wouldn't know if he had struck any officers in the head, correct?
Correct.
Or headbutted the officers, correct?
Correct.
or elbowed an officer in the face, correct?
Correct. I did not see. Correct.
And you weren't there to hear the altercation between plaintiff and the deputies, correct?
Objection, facts not in evidence. And it's assuming facts. It's argumentative. You can answer it.
Correct. I did not.
So you would know if he'd stated that he had a weapon on him, correct?
Objection, argumentative, facts not in evidence.
Go ahead and answer.
I'm sorry, can you ask me again?
I said you wouldn't know if he had stated that he had a weapon on him, correct? And you wouldn't know if he had reached for a weapon behind his waistband, would you?
Objection, argumentative, facts not in evidence.
Because you showed up after the incident had occurred, correct? And you didn't observe any strikes between the plaintiff and the deputies, correct?
I did not observe any strikes, correct.
How would you describe your interaction with the plaintiff's with the deputies that evening?
Hey, you're in my crime scene, okay?
That's not how it works.
Listen, okay, that's fine. I need you to document from that side.
And I will just document.
You need to move, okay? I need you to move, okay?
You need someone that beats up.
I ran the back. Walk. Step up, please. Okay, that's what. I'm giving you a legal order to go down.
Just because you say it doesn't make it legal.
Go tape it. If they stay
What?
inside, they're going to jail. Tape it.
We're going to jail if you want to document what happened?
That's exactly what I said.
I didn't say shit.
You're going to go to jail.
Daniel Solomon ran towards the scene and towards the police when you arrived, correct?
We both did, correct.
And at that point, that's when the deputies asked you to take a step back, is that right?
I need you to move, okay?
You need someone that beats up.
I ran the back.
Do you recall Daniel Solomon calling the deputies motherfuckers when he arrived on scene? Do you recall him calling them cowards and losers when he arrived on scene? Do you recall him calling the deputies fucking bitches when he arrived on scene? Do you recall Daniel Solomon telling the deputies to eat a when he arrived on scene? Do you recall laughing at these comments in your video?
Do I recall myself laughing?
Yes.
No, I don't recall.
Well, I'll represent to you that in your video you're laughing at these comments that Daniel Solomon made about the deputies. Can you explain to me why you would laugh at comments like that?
I don't remember laughing at that specifically.
Is there anything about that that you find funny?
You know that as a reaction to uncomfortable situations, I might make what would seem like a laugh, but it's just me being just maybe uncomfortable with this, something I've heard.
You and Daniel Solomon do these sorts of things together all the time, don't you?
Can you explain what these sorts of things are?
Listen to police scanners and arrive at live police scenes and report the police.
Correct.
Hundreds of times, right?
Correct.
And was Mr. Solomon's behavior uncommon that evening? The language that he used or the way he behaved?
It wasn't surprising?
I'm just asking if it was uncommon the way Daniel Solomon behaved that night, the things that he was saying to the deputies.
No.
So he had said things like that to deputies in front of you before?
Correct.
So why were you uncomfortable on this occasion? But you didn't interject when he said those things to the deputies.
Daniel, why would you...
Why would I what? Say it, Laura.
I want to see what the fuck they're doing, and now you just pissed them off, and now we can't fucking...
Walk over there and look. How many bitches?
Daniel!
I mean, even that slut right there, look, she's all out of breath too.
Oh God, Daniel, come on.
Can you think of any other reason you would be laughing?
No. I don't understand the question.
I'm trying to understand why you would laugh at comments like that directed at deputies.
As I explained, though, that's maybe just like a uncomfortable reaction, like just playing like, you know, just it's not a genuine I feel something is funny. It's just a emotional reaction, I suppose, maybe a nervous reaction to being uncomfortable or not knowing how to respond to.
Do Mr. Solomon's comments reflect your feelings towards the police? He continues to do these sorts of, I don't even know what to call it, police accountability projects with Mr. Solomon?
Correct.
Hundreds of times over the course of many years.
Correct.
Despite his behavior?
Objection's argumentative, but go ahead and answer.
Despite his behavior.
Despite him calling the police motherfuckers, cowards, losers, and bitches in your presence.
I still record with him, correct.
And you post these videos on YouTube, despite those comments? So you edit the videos you post on YouTube?
Yes, I have live videos and I have edited videos on YouTube.
What other sorts of things do you edit out of the videos? Is it fair to say that you don't have a good opinion of law enforcement?
No. No, that's not fair to say.
What kind of reactions do you get from your followers or strangers on YouTube?
I mean, they vary across the board. They're negative, they're positive, they're in between.
Do you interact with followers or strangers on YouTube regarding your videos?
Yes, I replied to some of the comments.
What else do you post on your YouTube channel?
I post all the police accountability to my YouTube channel.
Nothing else?
Correct.
And do you blur the faces of the deputies when you post these videos?
No, I do not.
Do you have any concern for the safety of these officers whose images you're posting on YouTube?
No, I do not.
Or their families? Do you have any concern for the safety of the families of the officers whose images you're posting on YouTube? That you choose not to blur their images?
Objection argumentative.
No, I do not.
Why is that?
This B is Rylan asking me about blurring faces. There is no expectation of privacy in public. Lawyer, lady, you should know this. This is so stupid. Let's move along.
And what about the images of the civilians that are either arrested or involved in a traffic stop somehow?
Oh, I'm sorry, what are you asking? What about
Do you blur their images? Are you concerned about their right to privacy? You posted hundreds of videos.
Correct.
So it's very likely that hundreds of people are not aware that their videos are on YouTube. Is that right?
Speculation argumentative won't lead to admissible evidence.
I don't know who doesn't know that they're going to be posted. Recorded.
What do you mean? They don't know who you are, though. You're a stranger arriving on the scene. Do you recall being interviewed by Internal Affairs?
I do.
What do you recall about that?
I was contacted by the IA from the Sheriff's Department 6 months after the incident, which was surprising to me since his wounds and what happened to him was really horrific.
What else do you recall?
That I was there because I was desperate. I needed to get this out there, and the sheriff obviously weren't telling the lawyer.
Do you recall saying that you wished you were recording the interview yourself?
I do.
Why did you say that?
I said that because y'all are Rylan. You've been bringing this shit up. I sweat I got. What a dumb question.
Did you not trust that the IA's record would be complete?
Hell no, I did not trust that their IA record would be complete because it took another 6 months for the lawyer to finally hear about me. Not from the sheriff. Not because they're so thorough and hand over everything.
I have no further questions.
I have a couple. You talked about editing videos. Have you ever edited any of your videos in which you would edit it so that it would depict falsely what you captured on video?
No, I have not.
And so the extent of the edits that you would make, they were to remove distracting language, is that right?
Correct.
And any kind of footage that had no significance, is that correct?
Correct.
With regards to the video that involved Mr. Bailey, did you edit that video in any way to falsely depict what was captured live when you were videotaping?
No, I did not.
When you arrived at the incident involving Mr. Bailey, were you able to clearly see Mr. Bailey's face? Okay. At what point did you, at some point, were you able to see his face?
Yes, I was.
Can you describe what his face appeared, how it appeared?
It was his face was very deformed. He had a swollen eye, or both eyes were swollen, one more than the other, maybe as I'm looking at him, so his left side maybe was a little more swollen. I mean, his whole face, it was deformed. I mean, it was horrific.
Did you make a comment as to how his face appeared?
He doesn't even look human. Daniel, this man doesn't even look human. I said he doesn't even look human. Yeah, I was shocked.
Did you hear Mr. Bailey say anything at any point when you were at the location?
I heard him say, "I want to live."
When he said, "I want to live," do you recall what position he was in? Was he still on the ground, or was he somewhere else?
I believe he was still on the ground. That is when we first arrived, and we didn't have a clear line of sight of him because there was a median blocking us. But it was very clear that the individual that they had, their suspect, was the one speaking, saying, "I want to live."
Do you recall when you arrived at the incident how many police vehicles were already present? When you arrived at the incident, do you recall how many deputies were standing around Mr. Bailey?
There was 3 deputies on Mr. Bailey.
Now, you described that you saw deputies standing along the gate and having their photos taken. You recall that?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And did you, in fact, go over towards the deputies and videotape what they were doing?
When we first arrived is when I could see it. You can see a little bit in the background of some of the video that I turned in, that they're along the gate, but it wasn't until Mr. Bailey was taken by the ambulance that we were able to be on the same side of the street as the deputies along the gate. So not right away, but eventually, yes.
Did you see any of the deputies with blood on their uniform?
I did.
How many?
Probably about 3 deputies.
Okay. Did you, were you familiar with any of the deputies that were present at the incident? Meaning, have you encountered them before in prior incidents with citizens?
At the time, I was familiar with a few of them, and now I'm familiar with most of them.
At the time, which deputies were you familiar with?
Deputy Kano, Deputy Parga, Deputy Sabatine, Deputy Johnson, and Deputy Stewart. Deputy Stewart.
With regards to Deputy Kano, have you interacted with him at some other time regarding his interaction with any citizen?
I've recorded him before the incident and after.
How about with Deputy Parga? Have you captured him on video in which, based on your opinion or based on your understanding of civil rights, in which he was violating the civil rights of a citizen? When you were observing the deputies, the ones that had blood splattered on their, or blood on their uniform, did any of them appear to be injured to you?
No, they did not.
Going back to when you heard Mr. Bailey say, "I want to live," Do you know if anyone responded to him?
No, nobody made any response other than, I'm sorry, well, Daniel Solomon had said, I heard what he said he wants to live, but in the sense of the deputies' reactions, they didn't change whatever they were doing.
Were there any deputies around him when he made that comment?
Yeah, there were still the 3 deputies on him.
Okay, I don't have anything further.
I have a few follow-up questions. When you heard Mr. Bailey say, I want to live, you were on the other side of the median, isn't that right?
Yes, I was on the sidewalk, correct.
And it wasn't captured in your video, correct?
Yes, it was.
Mr. Bailey's statement, I want to live, was captured in your video?
Yes, it was.
I heard what he said I want to live.
Did he shout it?
I assume as much as he could at the time.
When the deputies were being photographed against the wall, how far away were you? Did you edit any version of this video?
Of the version I posted?
Any version of the video.
I edited the posted YouTube video, but not the video that I turned in.
What did you edit about the posted YouTube video?
I edited some dead times, some driving times. I added a lot of things that weren't really significant. I needed for the point and the horror of what they did to him to be very clear.
Why did you edit Daniel's language out of the video?
Because it was distracting.
Nothing further for me.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm LaurasharkCW.
Because the only videos I follow is Laura Shark is always out here now. No, it's not Laura Shark who said hi.